Welcome everybody, my name is Talia Villena and this is my YouTube channel.
Didn't even ask me what I wanted. You made dumb assumptions, clearly not your.
I'm someone who is still finding my way and strength through my belief and faith, and I know that I've always had a relationship with the Lord, and I feel like recently I've been called to do certain things and I just haven't done them or stepped forward in doing them or taking initiation in doing them. So this is that step. I have something very heavy on me today and I don't know what it is. I think it's just that specifically that I know I'm called to do something and I'm just not doing it. I know that my job isn't something I'm the happiest in, but I make it the best that I can. I put in as much effort as I can when I'm working with the people I work with, doing the job I do. I don't mean like coworkers, I mean like customers will say. They are customers, but I feel like I'm extremely gracious, and that you always should be gracious for what you do have in life. Sorry, I'm in the parking lot of my work. And I feel like there's certain things I need to let go of. I need to change for bettering myself, and those are the things I'm going to do. One of them being a fasting that will be completed on my end, and that fasting is definitely going to have to do with most of my social media, just because I don't find that most of my social media benefits me in any way. So I'm going to be fasting that. I want to fast a couple other things. I definitely want to get out of the habit of cussing so much. I hate it so much. I think it just provokes more anger in myself when I use curse words, and I just don't like how it sounds coming out of my mouth. So that's another thing I want to completely fast on, and even not just fast, just get out of the habit of doing and just never doing it again. There's just no need for me to use curse words. It's ridiculous. It's not a big deal to people, and I know that, and it shouldn't, I guess, but it's just something that doesn't sit right with me when I do it. It just doesn't sit right with me. So that's something I definitely want to get out of the habit of doing. I feel like sometimes I lose the strength, and I don't know if this is maybe because I'm such a sensitive person or emotional person. I just feel things deeply on like other levels that I feel like I maybe shouldn't, but I do. And it's like, even at my job, I see people, they're just customers, like, they get mad at you and cuss you out, whatever, like it's not a big deal. It's like, it's not even that. Like at first it was, my first 2 weeks here, when I finally hit the production floor, it was just like, I hated it. I was so miserable. I was just so unhappy. And then I just put my faith onto the Lord, and I spoke. I have what you'll like when you pray, basically, but I just call them simple conversations that I have with God. And I'm just like, push me through these days. Find a way for me to be filled with joy, and for my spirit to be uplifted, and to do the same for those around me. And I feel like other people have done that more for me, and maybe that's the way that God like sends that through my spirit to fill me with joy and just like positivity or whatever. It's more of like a mental thing too. But I also just, me as a person in general, I don't believe you should like have to deal with bullshit supervisors, and there I go with my cussing, bullcrap supervisors, bullcrap customers. And regardless, the customer is not always right. They are not right. They are wrong. Especially when you're coming at an employee in such a disrespectful manner when all we're meant to do here is to help you. But do you think I'm gonna want to help you when you are disrespecting me, calling me out of my name, and all those things? Absolutely not. I will give you 100% the same attitude you give me, because that's not okay. So I don't know like what corporation and who made it that the customer's always right. Okay, you can be right in your head, but you're not right in reality. And that's just something that doesn't sit right with me. And after those 2 weeks, I haven't had anyone that's like extremely terrible, because I feel like I'm really empathetic. I show a lot of sympathy. What's the word? Sympathy towards the people that call in, because honestly, they're getting mad over something not working. And I do get it, because if you're paying for something to work, you want it to work. But a lot of these times, these people either get themselves into the trouble where they don't pay things on time, or so their account goes into delinquent, or a lot of times their equipment is just malfunctioning or wires are fried. So it's an easy fix for us, you know. A lot of the time people want things done when they want it done, like right now. And just realistically, that's not how the world works. You're not always going to get what you want in the moment you want it. And I just don't think that because you're angry and you're having a bad day, you have to disrespect me. But that's where I come in and I show my sympathy. And I'm like, look, I get it. I understand what you're going through. You're paying for a service and you expect it to work. I completely get it. But let me do what I can here to help you. And if we can't help you here on my end, let's figure something else out. And I feel like with my previous job, it taught me, and shout out to Diana. I don't know if she's gonna watch this or not. Probably not. For showing me how to. Why am I crying? For showing me how to work with customers, how to, because I used to be a recruiter, so how to, you know, like just be professional in the mannerisms that you have at work, regardless of how someone's treating you, and just show that you care, you know. Like people, like especially with what I used to do, a lot of people, you did have a lot of situations that, you know, I'm like, oh, I've been in that, you know, situation before, like, so I get it. And I think it's just probably the fact that I can be so sympathetic towards someone because of my emotions and how they run, that like emotions I just can. And you know what, I will say my job isn't miserable. I'm just not happy being here all freaking day. I feel like it leaves no time to do what I need to be doing for my own mental health and my own like personal self, basically. But that's where discipline comes in as well. Like I just have to do a majority of things I want to do in the time that I have it and whatnot. But I just feel that people need to be more sympathetic. Am I freaking saying the word right? People just need to be a lot more patient with themselves. And at the end of the day, like, you need to respect people, period. And I feel like I haven't had such a bad experience these couple of weeks that I've, after my first 2 weeks of being on production, but it's just interesting. And I feel like this field that I'm in now has definitely made me, originally had me have such a hatred towards people, because I'm like, how can human beings be this disgusting to someone over, for example, their internet? Like, your internet's not working and you're this angry about it. Like, I don't get it. Pick up a book and read it. Go outside, go for a walk. If you work from home, I get it, I get the frustration, but it's just like, wow. Just show respect and be like, show sympathy for people. Don't be sorry for people, but just show that you care both ways. And I'm gonna start my little list of fasting as well right now, And I'll probably like insert a picture of it at the end of this to show you what I'm going to be doing, and maybe do a little voiceover and explaining it or whatever. So yeah, let's have a good freaking day. Look happier.
Okay, I'm trying.